Fair.
Well, what a good start.
What a great start. Okay. Hey, I'm Nick.
Hi, Nick. I'm Maddie.
I thought you were about to say I'm also Nick. I was like,
Oh, that'd be good.
we love a
I'm
queen who
also
loses
Nick.
their identity. Besides, Desi Size Queen.
Desi Sive Queen.
Size. You're a size queen now. I don't know if you can see, but I've got... It's iced coffee in a normal coffee cup, and it feels like I'm, tricking people. It feels very dishonest of me to have cold coffee in a hot coffee cup. So I just thought I'd let you know, get it all out there, so that we can start on a clean slate.
That you weren't purposefully trying to deceive me.
Yes, deceive, spelt with an L.
Deceive me.
That sounds dark and depressing and sad. Anyway, what's the name of our podcast? What the fuck is happening? WTF.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Okay.
Unless I've been lied to for a bajillion years.
Yes, but you've been lied to by the government.
Makes sense.
Does make sense. Anyway, can we talk about the coloring of each of our rooms right now? You're very pink, very
It is quite pink. I don't know
dark.
why it's pink on there because it's actually quite bright and quite white in here, like in my real life eyes.
I'll say.
I'll say.
I'll say. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. You look very Zack Snyder's Justice League. I look very bright. I don't know what we would call that.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I'm actually pretty sure that's a sad movie.
That is the most depressing movie of all time.
Yeah, I've literally never seen it, obviously, but you look like a happy type of situation there. It's a lot of
Just said,
yellow. I love that for you.
Oh yeah, my bedspread's yellow now. How cute, right?
I love that.
I love you.
Aw.
Maybe it's a little Wes Anderson if it was a little more muted. Okay, sorry to get nerdy off the bat. Me trying to
Love
date,
that.
honestly. Did you feel
You're
that?
Zack Snyder and I'm Wes Anderson.
Yes. I said what I
First date
said.
conversation material.
T. Do you know what the elephant in the room this week is?
Is it that you made me watch all of the Godzillas?
No.
So that's a separate
Stupid
elephant
head.
in the room.
That's not an elephant in the room.
'Cause we
I
gotta
did you a
get to that.
service. I did you a service is what I did you.
Okay, well, you're
I
wrong.
say the real elephant in the room this week is that we're back on Zoom because of COVID is happening again and Easter, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I guess last week that wasn't a thing because that was like
No.
within 12 hours of it being a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
The our state, Queensland, has gone back into alert mode just to be
Alert
safe and
mode.
cautious.
Yes. Well, we were in like a full lockdown for a few days, but now we've just gone back to some restrictions, just alert but not alarmed.
Oh, I like that. You should
Have you never heard that?
No.
It's like a safety thing, isn't it? I don't know. Mum says it all the fucking time.
Yeah, but your family has some
Alert.
wild sayings.
That's accurate.
Yeah, like
Alert but not
What?
alarmed. The rhetoric of terrorism and life after 9/11.
oh Jesus.
Okay, so, a dictionary of Australian colloquialisms. Wild. Okay, anyway, so that was I love the internet.
What you're telling me is that you caused 9/11
Makes sense.
on the
That
orders
was
of
my
George
confession. Obviously. I mean, who else's orders would it be on? Certainly not
Bush.
Bin
Obama.
Laden's.
Obama bin Laden.
I feel like you just connected two dots there.
He's not American. Maddie, God. Get with the
Obviously,
times.
we all knew that.
Blah, blah, blah. Also, want to know a thing? I feel like everyone I've talked to about the mini lockdown we had, and we had one in January too, just 3 days, they're like, well, what the fuck is even the point of a 3-day lockdown? It's not going to do anything. And it's like, the point of a 3-day lockdown is to give the government time to contact trace and find all the possible cases. And that's
Yeah,
it.
and make
It's
sure
not to
that-
stop the spread. Like, it is to stop the spread while they contact trace. But
Yeah.
that's it. But people are idiots.
True. It's true. I'm honestly surprised at how well it's worked, particularly
times.
this time. Yeah, the last time it worked really well too, but this time in
Yeah.
particular, I was really like, yeah, this is bad. Like, it's going to get out of control. And then, yet in the 3 days, they literally found everyone who'd come into contact, and now there are no new cases being recorded every day. So
Yeah.
again, it worked.
It's wild.
Wild.
Anyway, that's a little
Very
glimpse
wild.
into our Australia lives. Usually we're fine, and then sometimes there's a case or 2 or 10.
Yeah. Or I think it was like 75 actually, and now we're
It's not
fine.
75. It was like 20 something, wasn't it?
I'm not sure, but I know that there are currently, like, as of today, 76 active cases. But I also know that
But
a
not
couple of
locally
those are from-
transmitted.
Not all of them are locally transmitted. Yes,
Most of them are not.
Travelers.
Yeah, most are international.
Yeah.
And that's like they came. I think a lot of people flew to Melbourne from overseas. I mean, not Melbourne, Cairns. I don't know how I got the two
Yeah.
opposites completely mixed, but
That's hilarious.
for the Americans out there, that's like saying, Phoenix, Arizona is that a real
LA
place?
and- Yes.
Phoenix, Arizona is the same as New York City. Like, it's not.
That's accurate. That's accurate, and they're about that far apart too.
And for the UK people, that's like saying Brighton is the same as Liverpool. You know, I don't know where either of those
Not
places
that
are.
far apart.
I don't. Are they both in England?
They are, yeah. I don't know exactly where Brighton is, but I have to assume it's like somewhere.
Wig.
Oh wait,
Accidental
Brighton
smartness.
is a city in Queensland.
Well, statement stands. I'm sure
No, to
Brighton,
be honest, I'm
Queensland,
pretty
and
sure there
Liverpool
is
are very different.
Yeah,
There
okay, no,
is.
stop. It is a city in England, yeah.
Yeah, but I assume that everywhere in
Sussex.
England. Oh, I feel like everywhere in England is the same anyway. Am I correct?
Their country's very small, so
And like
itty bitty country.
itty bitty country for a leader with a very itty bitty dick,
Accurate.
also an itty bitty brain.
Accurate.
That's the tea,
Very
sis.
much so.
Okay, do we want to? Oh wait, what happened with the Nigel? You said he ate more foam. The puppy, Nigel.
This little shit. So last Wednesday, and I remember. It was
Oh my
because
god,
it
I
was the
thought you
last
nearly
day
just
Mum-
stripped.
Of course, I would do that for you.
And everyone who watches.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It was last Wednesday, and Mum and I are on a telecon, so like, you know,
Zoom.
important. Yeah, yeah. And I turn around, and well, okay. To preface this, since the last foam eating incident, we put like covers over their beds. So Mum cut up an old doona sheet so that you can kind of like slide the beds in and out and cover
Yeah.
it. So there's a whole like fabric thing covering
Like
them.
a pillow.
Pillowcase, basically, like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
pillowcase. Anyway, so Nigel, I turn around, Nigel has like worked open the pillowcase and is just sitting and eating foam from the bed like it's a bowl of bickies. It's like it's his breakfast. I was like, oh my God, threw my laptop off my lap, went to grab him, tried to pry it out of his mouth, but he saw me coming and quickly swallowed what was in there. I was like, oh, crazy. Anyway, so I don't know how long he'd been eating it for, but then I covered the bed back up and I put it away, and he was like, oh, I'm sad now. It's like, oh, fuck you.
Fuck you. I have questions. One is, I don't understand how he enjoys eating foam. I
Literally,
can't process that.
It's
And two,
oh,
did you purposefully say, oh my god, like that? Oh my god!
obviously.
Like fucking, like, Bad Bunny, the Cash Me Outside chick?
Stop.
That's how you said it.
Did I do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my
Okay, well,
god! It was iconic.
I'm sure it was. No, there was also a second incident.
God, what?
Nigel has a blankie. We call it a whoopee.
A what?
A whoopee.
Spell that?
I don't know. I don't know how you spell it. This is what we call it.
Are you saying B for beard or D for dead?
W for...
No, fucking not the first word. Not a letter. Whoopee or Woody?
Oh, B. B
Whoopee.
for blanket. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys are totally normal.
I have no idea where that name came from, but we said it about our blankies for as long as I can remember. So that's what we call Nigels. Yeah. Anyway, so he loves his whoopee. He drags it around everywhere. He just has it in his mouth, walks around with it. It's huge and it's bright red. And it's got some holes in it now from all of the wear and tear that he does. Anyway, Mackenzie takes him for a walk this morning, comes back and is like, so Nigel did a shit and it was bright red. And I was like, oh my God. And Mackenzie was like,
oh my God, you did it again.
I did it again, fuck.
Sorry, I'm living.
So Mackenzie was like, yeah, I poked it. And I was like, okay, firstly, why? With your fingers. And he was like, well, through the bag. I had the bag. And I was like, wow, okay, smart. Anyway, and it was just a giant chunk of whoopee in his poo is the conclusion. Ew. So he's been eating that too. Which is hilarious because yesterday he slept all day and he was crying and he was sad and we were like, is this the foam? Is this why he's really upset, blah, blah, blah. But it must have been a combination of whoopee and foam.
Stop.
Mackenzie's like, I know.
Whoopee and foam. Front runner for title of the year.
Yes. Mackenzie's in his little brain, he must be he doesn't understand. Mackenzie's I don't understand the disconnect there. Nigel will sit down and eat whoopee and then be like, oh, I feel so sick. I wonder why. It's yeah, because you just ate something you shouldn't.
I take this personally. This is a personal attack on me specifically, Nicholas.
Because you eat cheese.
Yeah. I eat lactose. And I know I can't. Yeah. And literally I went to the doctor the other week. And he was
That's so funny, yeah.
Can you just try to stop eating lactose? I was like, I mean, I can.
I can try.
Try.
I mean, at least you're making an active decision. Nigel's
this is true.
Completely, there's a disconnect in his mind. He's like, yes, I ate some whoopee. Wow, I feel sick now. Better eat more whoopee.
Truly, you need to stop saying whoopee because I'm losing actual grip on reality.
That's so funny.
Stop. But
look, you talk to me for long enough, and things just get a bit wild, don't they?
Yeah, buy me a ditto. Nigel's just stupid.
Nigel's just stupid. It's just an ongoing saga. Every week we should have a segment which is what did Nigel do this week?
What did Nigel eat?
Yeah.
What did Nigel eat? What did Nigel eat? And would you green light it?
Would you green light it? I love that. Love that.
Cute. Okay.
Truly.
Would you green light a movie? An animated kids movie about a dog who eats everything.
Only if the dog doesn't die in the end.
The dog does not die in the end. It's a family comedy.
Yes, I would green light it. Good. Okay. Excuse me, did you see Marley and Me? That was a family comedy.
Oh, see, I don't think that's a family comedy. I think that's a
It was marketed as a family comedy.
Was it? I think that was an adult comedy.
It was. I remember specifically because we saw the trailers when we were overseas. And we were like, dang, let's go watch this movie. So we're literally foreign country. Let's go watch a family movie on New Year's Eve. Go see fucking Marley and Me. We're all traumatized.
Yeah. Well, that was stupid of you all. You could tell by the poster the dog was going to die.
Movie. Stop. No, you couldn't. All dogs always die. I don't think we've ever seen another dog movie since then.
Yeah, Seven Below. Have you seen that?
That was... No, I don't even know what that is.
Oh,
Never seen Red Dog. That's an Australian classic.
Red Dog is so sad.
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen
Seven
that
Below.
anyway.
It's about like it's in like the Siberia or some shit, and it's about sled dogs that run the sled. No,
Stranded strangers stay in a house where a boy murdered his family 100 years earlier. Is that it?
that's no.
Oh, that's called Seven Below.
Oh, maybe I'm.
Okay,
What's it called?
Seven Below dog movie.
It's either less or more numbers.
Oh, it's Eight Below. You're.
Oh. I said it's either less or more numbers.
Jerry is forced to leave the base in the Antarctic without his sled dogs due to a deadly snowstorm. However, he strives to rescue his canine friends that he left behind by hook or by crook.
I
As
don't know
if
what
you
that means,
leave
but
behind your dogs. Neither do I. Additionally, I can't believe I literally read the synopsis for Seven Below and thought that was a family-friendly dog movie still.
look, we're all stupid, and that's the tea.
You're right. Wait,
All
so did the
humans.
dogs die, did you say in that?
Yeah, a bunch of them
Oh, well, that's terrible.
to rescue the human.
Oh, we don't deserve dogs, even fictional dogs.
I agree. Did you know that most dogs hate cuddles?
I don't think that could be true.
It is true. Last year, the only reason that they tolerate being cuddled is because the humans like it. And most dogs hate cuddling. Unless they seek out a cuddle, it means that they hate cuddling. And it's most dogs, apparently.
Wild.
Yeah, they feel
Interesting.
suffocated.
Well, that makes me feel terrible.
And even if they're uncomfortable, they do it if the human wants to, because they love humans. How cute is that?
Literally, Jasper has never done that. If he'll come over for a cuddle, and he'll let us cuddle him. But if we pick him up for a cuddle, he's like, "Fuck you," and then just walks away.
Roxy's she seeks out the cuddles. She's a cuddle lover.
Yeah, Nigel does too, actually. Which is funny because every time we ever meet someone who has schnauzers or whatever, they're like, "They're not cuddlers, are they?" I'm like, I don't know what schnauzer you have, but Nigel is the cuddliest dog ever.
Nigel's a little noodle. And that's that on
Nigel
that.
is a noodle. That's true. He's a special one of a kind.
Mm-hmm. That's the tea, sis.
I think we should
Anyway.
bring him up, shouldn't we?
Should we?
See him. Yep.
I mean, is he in your room? Oh, well,
He's sitting
Oh my
on
God.
Dad's lap, so
it's okay. Leave the poor puppy alone.
I'm leaving
What did you
him
just
now.
drop?
Close the door. I didn't. I opened the door.
Oh, I thought you dropped, like, an entire medicine shelf of, like...
I didn't.
No? Okay, that's fair then.
No.
Um,
Yeah.
I guess we should probably talk about
Anyway.
pop culture stuff. What time did we start? We started at, like, 3:20?
Yes. Let me see when you called me a fuck.
Me?
Was it 3:15? You said, well, fuck
Okay,
you.
so we'll say we started at 3:25, because we talked for beforehand.
We did.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Sorry, the listeners who just had to listen to us organize ourselves. Do you know I was this close to giving myself a mustache this week?
That's really not where I thought that story was going. I definitely thought it was taking a much more, like, sexual turn. But
No, tell me your
tell
thought.
me
What was I
the
going to
story.
say? What was I going to say,
I think
Maddie?
you say orgasm.
Oh. Well, I mean,
While we're on the topic.
while we're on the topic. No. Anyway,
Yeah, mustache.
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 Mustachio. Yeah, because I let my facial hair kind of grow out a little bit because I didn't have to. My bangs. And then I was shaving, and I was like, I'll leave my mustachy area till last. And then I did, and I was like, I kind of like it, but I'm too embarrassed to actually do it, so I shaved it, and that's that on that.
Stop. Please do that next time. I just,
No.
it doesn't need to be a permanent thing. I just need to see you with a mustache.
Why?
Just for my own, mind, you know? Just
Go
for my
on.
sanity.
Your sanity. your spank
Yeah.
bank.
Exactly.
I just kicked my toe. Speaking of mustaches,
Right.
I'm watching the new show Invincible based on the comic. It's like a 45-minute adult animated superhero show. It's like super duper violent. It's fantastic. I think you'd stand it.
Would I?
Well, yeah, and my mum, who even hates like animated movies and stuff, she only likes Incredibles and Into the Spider-Verse.
Fair. Those are top ranking.
This is true. She even likes it, and she's like, "Oh, let's watch the next one." And I was like, "Okay."
Wow, love that for her.
And it's the first animated show I've ever seen that goes for like a full hour. It's wild.
Yeah. That's true, because usually they're like sitcoms, so they go for like the 20-minute mark.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yes, and it's like a really cool take on the superhero genre of it all.
Yeah.
You have to watch the entire first episode, and then you'll understand what I mean. But the dad in it,
Yeah.
has this iconic mustache, and he's really hot. And
Is he?
I thought I was over my days of being attracted to cartoon characters.
Right.
Yeah. Well, just because I take a long time to get where I need to go doesn't mean I don't get there, bitch.
You definitely did get there, and I appreciated it.
But yeah, apparently cartoon characters can still be hot.
Interesting. I have a friend who said that I think there's some like... Is there some animated god show on Netflix at the moment?
God.
About Greek mythology.
Oh, yeah, Blood of Zeus.
Yeah, apparently some of the male characters in that are pretty hot.
They are.
I've been told.
It's an anime, so it's like...
oh, is it?
It's a little... Yeah, it's pretty sexual, but... Not like super sexual, but like...
Anime equals sexual.
It's anime, so tits and shit.
Oh, really?
I think Apollo has like a threesome with a dude and a girl. Yeah, like that kind of thing.
Interesting. I have never ever in my whole entire life watched one single episode of anime, and it's not because I'm like actively avoiding it. It's just because it's never really crossed my path in a way that's made me go, yeah, I'll watch that. And I just was putting that fact out there, really.
No, that's really fair. I think I've never finished an anime show.
Yeah.
I've watched like half or 3/4 of the series and then lost interest.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's very much my brand. But that's just because either the plots are hard to follow or it's just like goes batshit in a bad way, not in a fun way. Like, I think I watched like 2 or 3 seasons of Sword Art Online, which was very popular among Western audiences. There's some animes that are like more digestible to Western audiences. They tell like more linear stories.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I always hear like the premise of them, I'm always like, wow, that's like really interesting. Like it's quite imaginative, but then I never look any further.
Yeah, like there's Japanese animes that have been going for like 20 years. Like One Piece is about pirates with superhero powers, and it's been going for like 4,000 episodes or something.
Holy shit, that's almost as much as Home Away. I mean,
Neighbours?
Home and Away, and Neighbours.
Both. But no, now Netflix is very much doing Americanized anime. It's very it's weird. I don't know what the cultural appropriation conversation is around it, but
interesting.
Like Blood of Zeus.
Yeah.
Whatever some other ones
are.
Research
that and report back next episode.
Yeah. And even like Dota, Blood of Dragon. I've been watching that, and it's an animated one, and it's very much anime influenced, but it's not anime art style. It's more Avatar: The Last Airbender art style. But it's interesting because like very much I don't know if I would say derivative, but influenced by. Anyway, all of the characters in Invincible are hot, and that's not fair because they're cartoons.
Fair. That's a reasonable point to be making, in my opinion.
I agree. Were you one of those people who was like attracted to like animated dogs as a kid or something.
What?
You know those people, their first crush was like Tramp from Lady and the Tramp or shit like that?
No.
Like
I don't know those people, and no, I wasn't.
There's dudes who are like, their sexual awakening was like Jessica Rabbit or something, or like
that's because straight guys are weird.
What? Hey, what's the what's the name of the Lola Bunny, the Warner Brothers one? I think it's Lola Bunny. Anyway.
Yeah.
I
mean, maybe if there was a bunny rabbit that had a huge dick, was equally sexualized like Jessica Rabbit, I don't know, like six-pack abs.
Lord.
Well, I'm just saying the reason why, like, people like Jessica Rabbit or whatever is because she's got the itty-bitty waist and the big tits and big ass or whatever. I actually am not really sure what Jessica Rabbit looks like. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
She's got the red hair, the red dress.
Yeah. So it's like a whole, like, thing. So if there was an equally sexualized male rabbit, I mean, I can't say for sure that I would go for that, but I don't know, maybe if I was 3.
Oh my God, Maddie.
That's weird. This is taking a lot of really weird turns.
You're just digging that hole and it's getting creepier and creepier.
You're right, it is. Let's just skip over that conversation.
Many congrats for being creepy.
Yeah, that's the conclusion there for sure. I'll cop to that one. Yeah.
T. Okay. I don't even know where we started with all this, but what did you watch both Godzilla movies?
Yes, I did. I even watched Kong in the middle.
Oh, good.
I know. I had the whole experience.
Why'd you do all that in one weekend?
How?
Why?
Why? Well, I didn't really have anything else to do, so.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, for context. For context,
yeah.
Nick, me, I am being a monster movie / kaiju movie / Titan movie. I'm a stan. I love them. I don't know why. I think they're absurd and ridiculous in the best way possible. And they flatten a city in one fight, and that's like chill. I love it. And like, I'm usually pretty not okay with movies that are like absurd and take themselves relatively seriously.
Yeah.
I'd probably only say that the first Godzilla movie, the 2014 one, that's probably the only one that actually took itself super seriously. I feel like the others were pretty in on the joke. But I love them, and it's odd because Maddie doesn't really like them, and she's a disaster movie stan. And I don't really like disaster movies. So very much we are like,
to be clear,
2 ships passing in the night. We don't quite get each other, but you know.
To be clear, I didn't mind Kong when it came out. And before this weekend, that was the only one that I'd seen in full. I did try to watch the second Godzilla movie recently-ish, like maybe a month or 2 ago. I watched the first 15 minutes, not even, and was like, this is disgusting. I'm not watching anymore. So I told that to Nick on like Friday, and he was, and he's just gone to see the third one, and he was like, it was great. You need to watch it again.
Godzilla vs. Kong.
So, yeah, that's the one you went and seen. But yes. I needed to watch all of the
fourth in the Monsterverse.
The fourth in the Monsterverse. The third Godzilla movie is, I suppose, what I'm thinking. Is it actually the third Godzilla movie, though?
It's just the team-up movie.
It's just a movie, right.
Well, it's a sequel to Skull Island as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I mean, it has King Kong and Godzilla in it. It's in the title, Maddie.
Okay, sure, but the Batman vs Superman, and that was the sequel to Superman, not Batman, so...
Oh, see, I don't think it really was a true sequel. I think that was a sequel.
But that's what they...
But also, we hadn't seen Batman before.
I know.
So that's not comparable. You can't say Batman vs Superman wasn't a Batman sequel, because it was the first movie with Batman in it. Godzilla vs Kong isn't the first movie with Kong in it.
They tried to sell it as a Superman movie. They said it's the second Superman movie. Okay,
Sure.
anyway.
But this is the third Godzilla and second Kong movie. It's a sequel to both.
Okay, all right. Anyway.
I think we're having two different conversations here.
Anyway, I actually really liked the first Godzilla movie.
Yeah, it slaps.
It did definitely take itself very seriously, but I thought it was, like, on point. I did read a review where it was like, we didn't see much of Godzilla, and while that was true, I kind of liked that. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, wait, can I make a quick point about this?
Yeah.
Okay, so the general rule for monster movies and Titan movies is you hold off showing the monster for the longest possible time that you can, so that it's a big payoff when it's revealed.
Yeah.
And while I do like that, I get bored of that. And then, like, Kong, Skull Island, Godzilla 2, and Godzilla vs. King Kong, they all buck the rule. They just go straight into the showing everything. And I love it. It's like skipping the story in porn. You can just, you know?
I mean, we all know we do that every time we watch porn.
Unless you watch it just for the story,
Anyway,
which
who
you
does
do
that?
you. I mean, don't judge people, Maddie.
We don't want to alienate any of our audience.
I don't want to alienate anyone, exactly.
Okay, anyway, I really liked the first Godzilla. I thought it was good. I remembered bits and pieces of it as I was watching, but I've definitely never sat down and watched it beginning to end. Mm-hmm. So I liked that.
It's quite visually cool as well.
It was, actually. It was very, very good. I really liked it, yeah. Kong, not as good as I remember. The acting was way worse than I remember.
Fair.
Still, I guess, overall enjoyable because while there was a bit of monsterness going on, it wasn't, like, overwhelming. Godzilla 2, I've just watched this morning. And
oh my
while
God.
I will
it's
say...
too fresh in your mind. You're not meant to review...
It's not too fresh.
Okay, whatever, go.
While
I'm already mad.
Okay, the first few minutes, just what disgusted me so much the first time, I will say was so much better having had the context of the last two movies. It definitely, like, the opening of the film made much more sense. And right up until...
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah, go for it.
I haven't seen the first 5 minutes of Godzilla 2.
They're pretty bad, so don't worry about it.
Because when I went to see it in cinemas, I missed the first 5 minutes because of parking.
Have you not seen it since the cinemas?
No, it didn't come out that long ago.
Okay, well... I don't think you can defend it that vehemently then, because I just watched it this morning.
I
and
did
it was not very good.
Never have I ever defended it that vehemently.
No, it was actually, in fact, really
I defend
bad. There were way too many monsters.
The overall series. No, that was the perfect amount of monsters in it.
You're wrong. The destruction
I will defend
was
that.
Just ridiculous. Right
no, that's the point. They're Titan movies. It's meant to wreck shit.
I didn't like it. It was too much. It's just too much. It's like, I'm not even looking at a real face now. This is just entire CGI. I'm looking at a CGI wrecked city and I'm looking at a CGI monster. Boo.
Exactly. That's the selling point. It's stupid.
I wasn't into it.
But you're okay with Star Wars and blowing up entire planets?
I'm not okay with Star Wars. That movie also sucks.
Which one?
All of them. For different reasons, though.
Okay, I bring you back to your fanfic account.
I can think a movie sucks and still be inspired by it.
You're telling me you enjoyed none of the Star Wars?
I enjoyed bits and pieces of the movies, but not the movies as a whole.
You're telling me you enjoyed none of the Marvel movie CGI spectaculars?
See, I feel like there's a really fine line where CGI is okay, but when it starts to be like 90% of the runtime... Okay, the final fight in Endgame, bad. Didn't enjoy that. That was stupid.
Well,
too much CGI.
I didn't have the best experience with Endgame, full stop, though.
Fair.
Also...
The final fight of Age of Ultron with Sokovia going up, and that was stupid. Too much CGI.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm also on the tech end. I'm like, I think it's cool that we can do that and make it look semi-realistic.
I mean, it definitely is, but it just like you get to a point where it's just overwhelming. You're like just constantly being hit in the face with these super destructive like scenes one after another, and you're like, I'm over this.
I will only say that's a valid argument in movies that are really long. Like Endgame.
This movie was really long. It was 2
Godzilla
hours
2
and 10
is,
minutes.
yeah, it's the longest Godzilla Monsterverse movie, yes.
It's way too long.
However,
way too long. I was into it for the first half, and then after that I was like, okay, this is dragging.
Oh, see, I stand the giant moth bitch, the 3-headed dragon.
Moth bitch.
I love it all. I think it's so stupid.
It was stupid. It was very stupid.
But I think it's stupid in a fun way.
It could have been stupid in a fun way, and it jumped right over that and just went to being stupid. There's like fun. There's stupid fun.
I'll give you that it's too long.
And this went. Bleh.
And I will give you that Godzilla 2 was that final section was like I can't think of the word. It was like so CGI psychotic that it like you couldn't even tell they were on Earth anymore.
No, it detracts from the story in the end.
What story?
It's hilarious because what story? I did like the giant woolly mammoth thing. That was cool. I liked that thing.
I don't remember that. But I mean, Godzilla 2 is the only one that doesn't have really good reviews, TBH. And like, I get it. It's too long.
Thought it was...
It tries to tell a story when it doesn't need a story.
Well...
What? It needs a general plot, and then it needs giants fighting.
Maybe. I don't know. I thought it was really funny that... Well, not funny. It was the most interesting part of the movie was you had Vera, Lorraine Warren. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Or not. Maybe I can push it down.
Watermelon. Suppress it like you're a lesbian in the 1920s. Exactly.
Wow. I'm victorious. Anyway,
in suppressing your fart. Sneeze, yeah. I mean sneeze. I thought you were talking about your Tori Vega from Victorious. I was like, she was not a lesbian in the 1920s. I don't know what you're going on about.
We watched very different versions of that show. The most interesting part was that the whole beginning bit was like selling Vera. What's her Famigia. Miss Vera as like the hero for the first little bit, and you're like, wow, she's cool. And then it kind of goes further on, and then you kind of get the reveal that she's the villain and she's fucking crazy, and you're listening to her talk and you're like, I'm not really sure where they're going with this. Like, is she still the hero here and we're supposed to agree with her getting rid of the whole population? And then it turns out she was the villain, and I was like, oh, this makes so much more sense as a plot now. And then it was cool, and I was like, wow, I liked that they did this like about face with this cool chick, and that was that.
Right. I need you to see Godzilla vs. Kong.
I will. I have to. I've committed now. I've seen 3, so I've got to push forwards.
Well, you liked 2 out of the 3.
I'm too scared to leave the house. That's fair.
You liked 2 out of 3, right?
Yeah.
I truly don't know how you're going to feel about Godzilla vs. Kong, TBH, because it's batshit. It's like one of the most psychotic movies I've ever seen. It's so dumb. In a good way. It's like an hour 50.
Dumb in a good way movie, but usually the ones that I think are really good are the ones that are really like funny. Like they have to have, do you remember the second Grey's 50 Shades of Grey movie? And it was fantastic because they were making all of these stupid jokes, and
it was straight up comedy.
Yeah, it was. That was great. Like it really like just made that movie genuinely amazing.
See, I feel like that about these Monsterverse movies. I think they're camp. They're ridiculous, but they know they're ridiculous. Especially this last one. And actually, I've seen a bunch of interviews with the director of it, Adam Wingard, and he's like, I mean, it's a movie called Godzilla vs. Kong. How deep can it be? He's like, people are seeing it to see a giant ape and a giant lizard fight. That's what I'm going to give them. Fuck the human characters. I'm going to make it... He literally was like, I'm going to make it short and sweet, and who cares what people say.
I love that. Short and sweet. That's perfect. With a shorter run time, I might really be on the side of it's a good movie.
Well, it is.
I saw a review just
when I
this
say
morning.
it's batshit, though, I don't think you understand. It's, like, ridiculous. Like, I don't even know when it's set. I don't know if it's meant to be set now and they just have this wild technology hidden away, or if it's meant to be set, like, 10 years in the future or what. Never explained. But I love it.
That's hilarious. Are all of the cities built back? Did they mention all of the destruction from the last movie? Because literally, like, 3/4 of the planet was destroyed and killed.
No, it wasn't.
In the last movie.
You're so dramatic.
I saw the map of all of the monsters smashing everywhere.
Yeah, that doesn't...
They were like...
3/4 of the Earth, you dramatic bitch.
Broken, gone, broken.
I don't know what you just said. Was that beatboxing?
That's a story. Yeah, obviously.
It was.
No, have you ever seen Surf's Up?
Yes.
Penguin surfing movie? Yeah, it's from that.
Not in, like, 20 years, but...
Okay, well, that's really your loss.
Go off, King. But I think, personally, you need to do what I did with the Star Wars movies, especially The Last Jedi, and acknowledge that they're stupid, that the entire point is that they're camp. The entire point is that they're meant to be stupid and fun to watch, and you're meant to be like, yay, whenever a new monster comes on screen. I feel like you're taking it too seriously. Well, I will say, though, now that you've rewatched them, I think that you've taken it exactly how you meant to take it.
Well, I will say that's how I took Kong. I feel like I took that one way seriously in the past, and then when I was watching it this time, I was like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
But, like, I guess in a good way. Whereas, I don't know, I honestly think it was just the runtime of this one that really just made me go, ugh. You know, like, if it was 40 minutes shorter, I probably would have been more on the side of being like, yeah, it was fine. Because it was about 40 minutes from the end where I was like, I want to kill myself.
Wig. I agree, but only like 20 minutes.
Wild.
But that's mostly because I would say with the second Godzilla movie, cut half the human characters.
I mean, I just don't know. I don't really feel like they got a lot of screen time.
No, they got too much. And I say that as they had too many main characters. Well, not main, but like,
yeah,
why
that's
was
fair. They did have a
Sally
lot.
Hawkins in it? You know, all that. Like,
I don't know who that is.
That's the chick who was in the fish fucking movie, Shape of Water.
Oh, that fish fucking movie.
That fish fucking movie. Not your personal sex tape.
It's good to know that's not out there for people to watch.
It's not yet. Yet.
Yet.
But no, yeah, I think if they cut a bunch of the human characters in Godzilla 2, it would have shortened it and also made it slap more. Whereas Godzilla 3/Kong 2, Godzilla vs. Kong, literally the director was like
the Avengers.
I was literally like, I probably have 4 more hours of footage, but I'm not doing a Zack Snyder. I'm never releasing it because this is the version I want to release. And I've already apologized to the actors who had their roles cut. Because I was like, I think there's 2 actors, like pretty well-known actors, who were just completely cut from the movie.
Iconic.
And then
Do they
Lance
still get
Reddick.
paid, do you reckon?
Yeah, they do. Lance Reddick was meant to be a main character. He has 2 lines in the movie.
Iconic.
But he has star billing, so he's like the third person in the credits. It's so funny.
That's hilarious.
But he was in like another hour of footage. He was just like, there's no point to it. It doesn't add to the story. People are coming to see monsters fight. Let's just give them monsters fighting.
That's so funny. I saw a review this morning that was like, in a movie where you're just going to see monsters fight, there was way too much focus on the humans. Which is literally the exact opposite of what you're saying.
Who was this reviewer?
I don't know. It was someone who was like there. And I was like, I don't believe you. Because I've got a direct source, which is Nicholas. And he's much more trustworthy than this random person.
There was like barely a human element to this. Yes, there was human elements for talking in a movie, but like most of them were just superficial. It's actually and it's just not subtle, which I love. Like in Godzilla vs. Kong, Kong has a friend in a little girl, a native to the Skull Island girl, and she's deaf, so she can only do sign language, and that comes in as Kong can communicate with sign language later on in the movie, and it's like, of course it is, you know? Of course sense. That's why you have a deaf girl in here. That's the only reason, you know? And of course she's adopted by a white woman.
Sense. Of course.
I will say, though,
that's a lot.
Millie Bobby Brown and Julian Dennison from The Hunt for the Wilder People. They play best friends in it, and they're very good. I can tell that a lot of it got cut, but it's just their entire arc in it is so fucking stupid, and I love it. But you know what's even stupider? What? The other group, because it kind of focuses on two groups of humans.
Right.
It's got the people rooting for Godzilla and the people rooting for Kong.
Right. Why are they fighting?
Because
how
they're
did
Titans.
Kong get out of his island?
And there can only be one alpha.
But they've lived in harmony for many years. How did he get off his island?
No, they literally pack like 3 hours of exposition into the opening sequence. So all of that will be answered.
I want to know now. I'm on my Titan viewing streak.
Okay, well, basically on Skull Island, sometime after the first Kong movie, there was giant storms that have never ceased, and it wiped out like 99% of the native population. Yeah, so it's just like Kong left and some animals, and they build a giant catching fire dome around them, around Kong.
Right.
Like it's like a fake ecosystem, so that they can monitor him, and it also stops Godzilla. All the tech around it like stops Godzilla from sensing him.
Right.
But Godzilla, King Kong knows he's in it. He like throws trees and shit to fuck with them.
Iconic.
Literally looks like Katniss firing the bow and catching fire into the dome. He like grabs a tree and like spears it into. It's funny. Anyway, they realize that there's something else conspiracy happening, and they're gonna have to let Kong out for a reason.
Right.
Chaos ensues. Can I just tell you one element?
Yes, please do.
Okay, there's an entire conspiracy theory element to the movie, which is batshit and hilarious. And it's like, you know how in Aquaman they had the Hollow Earth?
In Aquaman, yeah.
Yeah, they had the Hollow Earth. And it was badly done.
Yeah.
They do the Hollow Earth in this, and it slaps.
I mean, that's been on an ongoing theme throughout the last multiple movies. There was a whole bit about it in the one I watched this morning.
I know, but we get to see it.
We saw it in the last one. That's where Godzilla lived. He lived in a cave.
The Hollow Earth? But you don't see the outside, do you?
No.
Well, anyway, that's the Hollow Earth is where Godzilla and Kong's ancestors duked it out.
Right. I see. Is it like completely hollow? Because in the last few movies, they've just been saying like it's just a series of tunnels under the ground and stuff.
No, it's like hollow.
Like the
There's
whole
tunnels and shit that go to the middle. Hollow, but not like a giant circle. It's like
a sphere, a 3D circle.
It's like a sandwich. And then in the middle, there's like gravitational anomalies.
That's really weird.
So Kong, like, spoiler alert, Kong goes back to the middle of the earth. And he like runs up a mountain and leaps and then floats through the gravity and lands on the top side. And then everyone goes over there. It's really cool. You get to see him jumping from roof to floor, but because the gravity is all fucked down there, it's fun.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild. Definitely wild.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Is that a dog making that noise, or are you?
No, it's Dad taking the bins out.
Oh, wig. Anyway, we talked about Monster Movie for like the entire time.
It's really true. We don't have very much time left.
This is literally why I didn't bring it up last week.
That's so funny. Okay.
That's the tea.
Well,
Anyway,
we've got 4 minutes to cover.
4 minutes?
9
10 minutes?
Sorry, 25, yeah.
I will say,
Cover.
though, we'll save the office quiz for next time we're in person, which should hopefully be next week or the week after.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah?
Sexy.
Cute. Oh my god, can we talk about the Ava DuVernay DC Warner Brothers of it all? Did you see any of that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, I'll try and give context. You know Ava DuVernay, the director?
Yes.
Yeah. She's fantastic and stuff, but she was developing a movie for DC and Warner Brothers called The New Gods, based on obviously the DC comics.
Right.
And it was like ready to film. Almost all of the post-production was done. I mean, pre-production was done. And then DC cancelled it just randomly out of nowhere for like pulled it out from under her.
Oh my
God. It was super fucked up. And their reasoning, get this, was because Zack Snyder decided to use the villain Darkseid in the Snyder Cut, and Darkseid was meant to have some type of presence in New Gods. She can no longer make New Gods, despite the fact that DC has said, like, endlessly, that the Snyder Cut is not canon. Right? So they're just using some stupid excuse to cancel this actual original sounding movie from a woman of color. And it's like, Warner Brothers, we see you. We know that you're shitty.
That feels really icky.
Yeah. And it was like completely left field, like just out of nowhere.
Wow.
Anyway, I felt very bad for them.
Yeah.
Anyway, at least we have Marvel's The Eternals to look forward to.
I'm excited for that. Is that this year?
Yeah, they're like 4 movies in like a 3-month period.
Wild.
In like the last quarter of the year, I think there's like 4 movies.
That's a lot.
And like 5 more shows.
Oh, fuck me.
It's going to be fun.
God damn.
By fun, I mean
Marvel.
exhausting.
Exhausting. That's correct. That's the right word to use.
I'm smarty. Oh my god, guess what I rewatched?
What?
For the first time since it first came out on DVD, so the first time in... What year is it? 2021. The first time in 11 years, I rewatched Avatar. James Cameron's Avatar.
One?
Yeah, no, James Cameron's Avatar. The blue people, blue bitches.
The blue people, yeah.
The blue bitches. Which may be
them.
title of ep. And I loved it.
Yeah?
It's so good. Like, it slaps. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes long in Australia. I think it's like exactly 3 hours long in America because of the formatting. But honestly, it's engaging the entire time. It's like one of the very... In recent years, it's like one of the only movies where I've been genuinely engrossed for that long watching a movie at home and not going on my phone.
Yeah.
But I really, really liked it. And I don't know why, but sometime over the past 11 years, I convinced myself I didn't like it. I don't know why.
I mean, I would say I haven't convinced myself that I don't like it, but I would definitely say that my like for it has dissolved into apathy. But Mackenzie was watching it the other day, and I caught bits and pieces of it, and I was like, "Wow, this is good."
You should rewatch it in full.
Yeah,
it does
I should.
that.
You're right. Yeah,
and it's like,
I agree.
Yes, it tells the story about colonization, and yes, it's oversimplified.
Yeah,
but at least it is a story about colonization in a blockbuster, highest-grossing movie of all time.
Really true. It's really true.
I will say though, I never once rooted for Jake Sully.
Is that the white man?
Yeah, that's the main character. And, like, I don't know if that's because it's played by, Sam Worthington.
He's Australian, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's, like, barely worked on anything since because he's very, entitled and apparently shitty on set.
Oh, really?
Yes, but he is going to be in the sequels. But, I surprised myself and I really liked it. And I watched it with my parents. And Dad, who is a sci-fi nerd, knew fucking every word to it. And Mum hasn't watched it since cinemas, so she was like, "Oh yeah, that was fun."
Yeah.
And then I was like, they're making 4 sequels, and they were both like, "About what? About what?"
Me.
That was a good point.
Literally, I don't understand how they can have like a 4 sequel plan laid out already. It's like,
well, they didn't
go for 1 sequel and hope for the best.
Well, they filmed 2 already.
What?
Yeah, Disney gave him the money to film 2 more. Because they take so long to make, they figured if they film 2 at once, then it won't be such a long wait in between sequels. But if they do well, they get another 2. 5 total. And the second movie is apparently focusing on the underwater tribe. And one of them is being played by Kate Winslet, and she had to literally learn to hold her breath for 5 minutes underwater. Because James Cameron was like,
fuck?
Well, I need to film a 5-minute underwater scene, and there's no way I'll do it, like, fake it with CGI and shit. So you're gonna have to learn how to breathe underwater for 5 minutes, and I mean hold my breath, you know what I mean? So yeah, Kate Winslet can now hold her breath for 5 minutes. Also kids.
Can't she just have a thing and then they just CGI it out?
Or can't they have like a stunt person who can hold their breath for 10 minutes, do it, and then she gets facial CGI?
It's really true. Movements? Also, can't they just do like 2 minutes at a time and then cut away and then...
Apparently not. I assume that he's going to jump on the long shot trend and have a bunch of shots that go for like 5 minutes uncut. But
I just
along
really
with...
think you can avoid doing that underwater.
No, I agree. And he forced like a bunch of kids to learn to hold their breath as well. And it's like... This is where I lose faith in because I like the first Avatar now. But then I think about that, and it takes a little bit of the fun from the first Avatar.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, you could have stopped.
They're so weird. They're just so weird. Like, why do they feel entitled to this?
I don't know. And there was even an interview the other day with James Cameron. He was like, we had the writers' room together to write the next 2 movies, and I kept saying, I don't want to hear any original ideas for the movies until we get to the root of why the first one was a success and what the heart of the first movie was so that we can recreate that. And he was like...
Imagine not knowing what the heart of your movie was.
Well, yes. Yes, that's ridiculous. But he was also like, I almost fired all of my writers because they just kept giving ideas for the sequels when I wanted to know about the original. And I was like...
Stop. That's not their job. They're writers.
Too much power. Tea, sis.
Too much power.
Too much power. That's that on that. And then last night, I watched the movie Prisoners for the first time.
Oh, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah. Have you seen it?
I feel like I saw it back when it came out, but I don't remember it very well. But I really want to rewatch it.
It's so good. It's
I
fantastic.
actually was literally just thinking this morning, I was like, hey, maybe that's what I'm going to watch tonight.
It's so fucking good. I didn't realize it was that good. But it slaps. And the mystery's genuinely good.
What did you watch it on?
I bought it ages ago when iTunes had a sale. It might be on something though.
Sad.
But
it's on Prime Video.
The entire time I watched it, I was like, this is directed by David Fincher, right? Like, this is very David Fincher.
No.
You know, director of Seven and stuff. And then it finished and it came up with Dallas Villanueva. And I was like, oh, I feel stupid.
That's hilarious.
I think you have to buy it.
No, it's on Prime Video.
To buy on Prime or to stream free on Prime?
Oh, I don't know. It says $2.99.
Yeah, you have to buy it on Prime. Rent it.
That makes me really upset.
Yeah, it really did slap. And it has, like, some really cool central ideas.
Oh, wait, it's only $8 on iTunes, so I'll just buy it. Oh my god, it's 2.5 hours. I reckon if I watched...
Yeah, sorry.
I reckon if I watched it, I would remember, like, what it was about. Like, and I would remember the movie, but right now I don't know if it's the one that I'm thinking of.
Wait, it's about the missing girls. The parents. Hugh Jackman plays the dad of missing girls.
Yeah, I feel like I remember specific shots and stuff, so I don't know. If it's
anyway, I mentioned that with Avatar because it's 2.5 hours long, and I was fully engrossed the entire time. Like, I didn't touch my phone. Right. Like, even though it's not an action movie, it was fucking incredible. It was so good.
Interesting. I actually really love, like, a mystery movie, like a
mystery
type situation.
Stan serial killer movies, remember?
We
watched, like, 10 in a row.
Yeah. That was great. That was a good time. We made the right choice for that 3 weeks.
That's the teasers. Cute. Okay, did you watch anything else this week? Or have you just been working? Sleeping?
I watched actually quite a bit over the weekend. I also watched Bombshell for the first time.
Yeah. The Fox News one?
Yeah, which was quite enjoyable. Like, it was a bit... I feel like I could have gone a bit deeper into the characters and stuff, but I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was fun. And I liked it.
It was entertaining. It was fun.
It was.
Which is impressive considering the subject. It's
true. Yeah, I really liked that it didn't take the normal, like, drama route. It tried to do the same thing that The Big Short did with kind of like almost the mockumentary style video storytelling, and I really liked that. It was enjoyable. I quite like that style of storytelling. I think it's really fun. So
I do too.
That was good.
I haven't seen The Big Short though. That seems
that was really, really good.
About stocks.
It's more about real estate than stocks. I guess it's about stocks as well, but they tell it in a really interesting way. So if you liked Bombshell, The Big Short does it better. Like that style of storytelling. So
I'll give it a go. Yeah, the acting was fantastic in Bombshell.
It was fantastic.
I do remember thinking it was a little shallow, which was what you just said.
It definitely was, yeah.
That confirms my suspicions. But did you get like just like production value wise, did you get more TV movie vibes than actual cinematic movie? Or maybe like streaming movie vibes? Because I remember
probably yes.
Yeah.
Now you've said that, it was quite small scale.
Yeah, it feels like they rushed to film it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably what it was. But I loved it though. I thought it was very
because I was reading on Wikipedia, and apparently it got green-lighted like right after the bad dude died. So he died in 2017. And then right after it was greenlit, and then it came out at the beginning of 2019 or something, didn't it? Or end of 2019. So
God, is that all?
Yeah,
it feels like ages ago I watched it. Wow, I started in cinemas.
No. Oh yeah, no, it's quite a recent film. Well, recent-ish. Everything feels more recent to me because we've got that whole like missing year of movies last year, which is now just like lasting so much longer. Everything's getting really muddled up to me because I'm like, wow, 2020, that was the pandemic, not 2021. So,
literally.
You know,
true.
That's the thing.
And it's also because of the short frame in between movies being in cinemas and then going to iTunes.
Yeah,
like, wow.
True.
Like literally, you went and saw Chaos Walking like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then I bought it it came out on iTunes last Friday and I bought it to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same
that
with
was wild.
Raya and the Last
Yeah.
Dragon. That was on Disney Plus
Yeah.
for literally just a month. Not even. But I didn't watch it. I
Heck.
waited till it was on iTunes so I could buy it and actually own it. Thank you to Disney Plus. I refused to buy Premiere Access.
Yeah, oof, that's gross. What a
That's the
gross
tea.
concept.
Can we just quickly quickfire two things?
Yes.
Olivia Rodrigo's Déjà Vu.
Oh,
Thoughts?
yes, please tell me what your... Oh, I liked it. I already texted you my thoughts. I've not had any further thoughts than that. It was different, like, musically it sounded different to the first one. Same kind of subject matter, though, but a little bit more angry, a little bit more, like...
But it wasn't a friendship? About friendship, not relationship?
I guess it could have been.
Oh, I read it as friendship.
Interesting.
The music
have
video is
been.
fun.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it. I need to watch it in full because apparently it's really fun, yeah.
Yeah, it is. No, I like it. It's fun. It's a nice song.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really very impressed with her because Driver's License did so well. I feel like there was a huge potential for her to just kind of like get frozen up with this idea of having to recreate Driver's License and then never coming out with any more music because she was scared of not being able to recreate the success of that.
Yeah.
And yet it's like only 3 months later and here she is with another really good song. Love that for her.
I mean, that's what happened to Lorde. She didn't release an album for 5 years because she was terrified that it wouldn't be
Oh, really?
as well received as her debut album.
There you go. See?
Joke's on her because it was even more successful and critically reviewed.
Joke's on her.
Melodrama is my favorite album of all time, and that's that on that.
Yeah, that's so funny.
We were living together when it came out, and I remember specifically it came out at midnight, and I was listening to it, and I ran out into the living room where you were watching a movie, and I was screaming about it, and you were like, Nicholas, I understand your excitement, but you need to shut the fuck up, our neighbors are going to complain. And I was like, wow, way to stifle my creative energy.
Honestly, when you first started that story and you said we were living together, I thought you meant you and Lord, and I was like, wow, I can't believe you've never told me this part of your backstory.
Me and Ella? No. Can you believe people on Twitter, like fanboy Twitter, are pissed off that the upcoming Mortal Kombat movie is only an hour and 50 minutes long because they want each character to have backstory and depth. And it's like, sis, this is a video game movie based on a fighting game about ninjas and men with 4 arms. I don't need 15 minutes of every character's backstory, okay?
Accurate. And also an hour 50 is still like quite a generous runtime. I would have said an hour 20 max, and I'm only giving you $2 million.
Literally. Basically the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
But no, literally someone underneath it who ratioed the original post, which is hilarious, was like, look, if a director can't tell a deep and meaningful story in under 2 hours, or preferably under 90 minutes, but if they can't do it in under 2 hours, I'm sorry, but they are not a good filmmaker. And I was like,
that is so accurate.
Is the tea.
That is the tea.
That's the tea, sis. Unless it's justified to have a longer runtime, like I would say Avatar, because there's not a single moment of that I got bored. Like Prisoners, again, truly engrossing. If it's not close to 90 minutes, there's no point.
It's true. It's true.
Anyway, that wasn't even the second point I wanted to talk about.
Did
you watch the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 3?
I did. Oh my god, I've been waiting to talk to you about this because you've watched it as well, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, so surely Sharon is the power broker, right?
Yeah. Did you expect me to have a stronger opinion?
Yeah, I did. I thought you were going to be like, yeah. Or, no, you're an idiot.
I'm going to tell you a secret. Do you want to know a secret? Can you keep it?
Is it going to spoil the rest of the series for me?
No.
Okay, go.
This is a very personal and deep secret.
Is it that you don't like Sharon?
No. I actually thought that her characterization...
That's not a secret.
her characterization in this episode was actually quite fun, I thought. Because it's actually different to the one-note character she's been so far.
Yeah.
Anyway, no. My secret is that I'm really, really loving this show. Like, a lot. I think it's great. But I don't know what's happening. Literally, I was watching this latest episode, and it was... They were talking about something, and I was like, why are they going there? What? What are they... What's their goal? Are they just trying to get the shield back? What's happening? And I still don't know.
That's so fucking funny. Do you want me to explain it?
Yeah. Please.
Okay, so basically, there were these group of people called the Flag Smashers.
I get that. That's the only part I understand. Is the
Right,
Carly Morgenthau.
Yeah. And they basically want to, like, I'm not sure if they want to be, they haven't made clear yet whether they actually are actively trying to kill half of the world's population to go black to the Glip. Black to the Glip. Black to the Blip.
The much panned sequel to Back to the Future.
Or the much anticipated.
Well, would you greenlight it?
Yes.
Black to the Blip.
Black to the Glip.
Black to the Glip. I'm sorry. Perhaps title of ep?
Yes. The confusion is peak. Yeah, anyway, and in their efforts, they came across a guy who was creating the super soldier serum, and they took it. So they're all, like, as strong as Steve and Bucky now, and so they're actively trying to turn things back to the Blip. Probably that means killing half the population.
Yeah, I follow all that.
That's literally it. Sam and Bucky
But what's happening with the Shield shit and the Captain America shit? That's what I don't get.
That's almost like a separate thing. Like,
I thought it was all connected. And I was like,
I don't... Not so far. Not
follow.
so far, it's not. Like, so Sam handed in the shield because he was like, I want it in a museum. Like, Steve would have wanted it in a museum, even though Bucky, everyone's like, no, he wouldn't have wanted it in a museum. Anyway, that's aside. That's an aside. He handed it back. They said they were going to put it in a museum, and they've just given it to this random guy, this random soldier guy, and he now thinks he's fucking Captain America, basically. So he's the one who is actually, like, it's his mission to be trying to stop the Flag Smashers. But Sam and Bucky are off doing it themselves, which is why they've, like, butted heads and had some conflict there. Because Sam and Bucky are basically, have now. Sam was originally doing it, but...
Because Sam and Bucky's all up in his gig.
What?
Mr. New Captain America's mad that Sam and Bucky are up in his gig. Okay.
Yeah, he originally, like, I think that was in the last episode where he was like, hey, let's all just work together. Like, you just be on my side. I would love to have Sam and Bucky be my sidekicks because you are Captain America's sidekicks. And that made them really mad. And they were like, fuck you, you're not Captain America and we're not playing nice with you. And so now they're doing their own thing. Exactly.
Wig.
Why they then have gone, like, really crazy and Bucky just broke Zemo out of prison because they're not actually...
Yeah, see, I didn't get that. Because now they've stopped trying to stop the Flag Smashers and they're trying to get all the serums back?
Yeah, well, that's it. That's related because the Smashers are all super soldiers, and so they're like, we don't know how to find right now the Flag Smashers, so we're kind of hoping, well, first, there's like a two-pronged thing. They need to find the super soldier serum and make sure that it can't get out any further and that no one else can get it, but also they're hoping that it will lead them to the Flag Smashers as well, because they don't know where they are.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just very much I have no idea what she's saying, but girl, I am living. I'm having fun with the episodes, but that doesn't mean I know what's happening.
I really was digging that bit in the last episode when they were in Madripoor and they were in that bar and Zemo was like, you have to pretend to be the Winter Soldier, and then Bucky beat all those guys up. That was like peak.
Gave you an erection?
That was really hot. It did.
Yeah, it was hot. It was very hot.
It was hot. And that was really the highlight of the episode for me.
Actually, speaking of
series so far.
Go off, King. That was interesting to me because it kind of solidified my my opinion that this is kind of the most adult, I would say, the MCU's been.
Yeah.
In one of its major properties.
Quite a bit. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a bit darker, kind of like the Netflix shows. It's a bit closer to that than the normal MCU.
Yeah.
For sure.
I would agree. And I think that's interesting. That, I mean, hopefully, because they're experimenting with the TV shows, hopefully that means, obviously, this is the success. Hopefully that means they'll start being a bit more risky in the movies.
That would be really nice. I need something different in that content. So.
Okay, I have to say one thing quickly, and that is...
Okay.
I'm experiencing my very first Real Housewives arrest. Jen Shah, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, has been arrested for charges of wire fraud and conspiracy to commit some conspiracy to commit she scammed a bunch of people out of millions of dollars.
Stop.
Her and her first assistant, and they've been arrested, and they're on a bail of $1 million because they're a flight risk. Because she's got money, she's a flight risk.
Stop.
And the trial was just set for October, which is when the new season of Salt Lake City is probably going to air. And I'm like, thank you. Yes, this is peak drama. This is what I need in my life. And you want to know the funniest part?
What?
They were filming season 2 when the arrest happened.
That's so funny.
So all the housewives, all the franchises, they usually do an international cast trip where they go to a different country and chaos ensues. But with COVID, their cast trips are just like to the next state over or whatever. And they were all getting ready to leave for Colorado for their cast trip. And Jen gets a call and she starts freaking out. And she's like, my husband's in hospital. I have to leave immediately. She runs away. And then SWAT comes in while the rest of the women are filming. SWAT and the FBI come in, raid the place, and like, where's Jen Shah? And crazy shit. And then it turns out
Wait. Sorry, has this been released as an episode? Like, how are you getting this information?
This is all based on all the people that were there when they were filming have told us this.
Funny. So they haven't actually released this footage.
No. But Bravo filmed it all. And basically SWAT came in and then they're like, where's Jen Shah? And everyone was like, she just left. She said her husband was in hospital. And she was like, they were like, no, someone gave her a tip. Someone told her that we were coming. She's trying to escape. So then they go and SWAT descends on the van that she's in and arrests her.
That was so dramatic. It feels fake. And I love that.
Literally. And then she was in court the next day getting her
I really need to watch this one.
It's so fun. Just watch season 1. It's pretty short. It's
I will
psychotic.
watch season 1.
It's so fun.
Is it on Binge? What's it on?
Oh, actually, it might be on Binge. It's definitely on Hayu.
One thing I don't have.
She's got a 7-day free trial. Most of them are on Binge.
Real
it's not though.
Housewives of Salt Lake. Of fucking course it's not. Oh wait, Open In. Get Hayu app. Hayu.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's only like $5 a month anyway, but it's not the first Housewives arrest ever, but it is my first Housewives arrest ever. So it's very fun.
And that's very exciting.
Like happening live. Yeah.
I think it's called racketeering.
Racketeering. Okay. That sounds
right.
It
says it's dishonest and fraudulent business dealings.
That apparently there was some type of phone scam or consultation scam or something. I don't know the details, but they scammed people out of millions, which is funny.
Wow.
Yeah. Was there anything you wanted to touch on quickly, or shall we go to our what the fucks?
Nothing like that. Yeah, let's just go straight to the what the.
Yeah. Wig. Okay. Okay. Do you want to hear my what the fuck of the week?
Go for it.
Okay, my what the fuck of the week is the Australian TV show The Kettering Incident. Have you seen it?
No.
Okay, it's a showcase Foxtel original from like 2015. It is a drama mystery sci-fi TV show.
Right.
It's on binge. 8 episodes. It slaps. It's really, really good, and it's got some really cool ideas and concepts, and it's really, really fucking fun.
Yeah. Hey, this looks really familiar. Oh, Elizabeth Debicki.
Yeah. She plays a terrible character. She's the main character, and it's like one of the worst main characters in the history of cinema. But,
what, because she does a really bad job, or because she's...
No, she does a really good job, and I think that's the problem, is that, she did too good a job because the role is meant to be like a unstable, like depressed,
right,
kind of losing her grip on reality kind of person, but it's completely unrelatable and hard to watch.
I see.
But it's an ensemble cast, so luckily the rest of the cast of characters kind of round it out.
Yeah.
But anyway, this show slaps. I think you would love it. It's got some really fun ideas, and it's got an alien element. Like, is there aliens? Is there not aliens? I don't know. What's happened to these missing girls? This mystery from 15 years ago, correlating with the mystery now. What?
Love that.
Basically, it slaps. I went into it thinking it was a mini-series. Thinking, 8-episode mini-series. Great. I'll get a whole story in one go. Watch it. Ends on a massive fucking cliffhanger.
Stop.
I Google it. And it got cancelled. They were meant to make season 2. They were making season 2. Yeah, they were making season 2, and then...
Stop.
Yeah, they were making season 2, and Elizabeth Debicki got too famous, and now they can't make it anymore. It's really sad.
That's devastating. No. I don't like that story. I'm not watching it now.
Well, it's a massive cliffhanger, but it tracks. In the final episode, I was like, I think this is how it's going to end. And my mum and dad were like, Nicholas, you're crazy. That's not how it's going to end. And then it did. And I was right. But, like, honestly, it's a satisfying ending-ish. Yeah. There are threads left loose. But it's kind of fun in its ending, now that it's an unintentional cliffhanger. But overall, I think it's Dan.
As I said, I do love a mystery.
Yeah, anyway. Thanks for listening to my What the Fuck of the Week. What's your What the Fuck of the Week?
I don't really have one.
You never have one. You need come on.
I know.
Oh, shit.
I know. It's because I just don't think about anything during the week, and then it gets to be time, and I'm like, wow.
I feel very attacked right now. Very attacked.
It's really rainy. And I feel a lot like all of those stupid people who every fucking year go camping on the Easter long weekend are so stupid because we all know it rains on Easter weekend. Like, I don't understand how at this point they haven't learned their goddamn lesson. Furthermore, they have to be stuck in traffic all of Friday getting to their destination and all of Monday getting back home. So you might as well just stay home and actually have 4 days of relaxation.
This is the tea.
And that's my what the fuck.
You thought you didn't have one, but you were quite passionate about that one.
I was very passionate. Like, that really came out of nowhere. It surprised me. But I do feel very strongly about that.
You can't.
You're an idiot.
Go camping on Easter weekend and then act shocked when it starts to rain.
Literally. And act shocked when it takes you forever to get there. It's like...
Tea.
You're just an idiot.
That's the
But
tea.
on the other hand, the city is empty and I really like that. I like having it to myself, so...
Yeah, because you leave the house.
I didn't. You're right. I never would. I wouldn't normally, but it's COVID now, and
so you have an excuse.
We did actually. I lie. We did go out of the city. We went like 3 hours out west.
Wig.
On Saturday, and even that was too much for me. It's like there's no COVID out there,
but why?
I felt like unsafe.
Why'd you go?
Well, Mum and Dad were looking at properties out there.
Oh.
So we all just went. Just to give our opinions.
Are they still planning on ditching you?
No, don't think so. Yeah,
Like,
and it was too far. The place we went to was too far. It was really nice, but too far. Because it would
Kids'
just be like a
schools.
little weekend thing. And to be honest,
Oh.
they just be like all the other Easter people who would spend hours and hours trying to get somewhere when they might as well just stay home. So, yeah.
Wig.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what are your socials?
Lady Alice 101 on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok.
Wig. I posted my first TikTok. Did you see that?
Sorry?
I posted my first TikTok. Did you see it?
I did see that. I liked it as well. I gave you a little double tap. And then I also saw the video on Twitter, but, you know.
What was the... Oh, I posted the same thing.
Your video. You did. I liked that too. I appreciated your
Wow,
creativity.
supportive queen.
Yeah.
Cute. If you want to follow the pod, where can they find us, Maddie?
WTFIH
Podcast.
on Instagram
Yes.
and Twitter
See.
and YouTube. I'm so good. I did so
That's
good.
so good. Hi. You're so good.
And Nicholas, what are your social singular? You only have one.
Nick Sushi. Nick_sushi on Twitter.
Oh, and on TikTok now though. Oh no, wait, that's Nick Sush.
Yes.
No,
No grammar. Right? Yeah. I'm gonna say that. Anyway, we have hopefully got some guests coming up. We're working on getting some guests for the pod, so that should be fun if it works out. And we'll see you next week, I guess. Yeet. Sorry we talked about Titan movies for 3 hours. Also, I'm not sorry.
That's what everyone wants to listen to, is our unsolicited opinions on monster movies.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, I'm so glad you put that into perspective. Thank you. Anyway, I'm Nick.
And I'm Maddie. And
this is What the Fuck is Happening?
The
podcast. That wasn't in time because you didn't try. You didn't even try.
I was in time with listening to you, but I think it's Zoom. I think Zoom fucked us up. I was saying in time with you saying, but not in real life, apparently.
Whatever. Real life doesn't exist. This is all a simulation. Bye.
Cliffhanger ending.
And we're not getting renewed.
Yes, this is the last episode.